Sonic Frontiers and God of War have launched. A AAA John Wick title is being pitched by big studios. Activision confirmed a new premium Call of Duty in 2023, but is it a full game or a large DLC? And Monster Hunter is coming to mobile.
Welcome back to Checkpoint, brought to you by Strictly Casual, your number one show rounding up all the hottest gaming news stories of the week and discussing all the relevant topics you need to know about. I'm one of your hosts, Vincent DeSantis, joined today by the New Yorkin, James Walmer. Thank you, audio listeners. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/strictlycasual. Please hit us with a rating on audio platforms and subscribe. It helps us out a bunch. What else on the channel is going on is we got freeze frame going, we got clips going. A lot of Star Wars news happening right now. Shorts tab's going crazy over there, which is awesome. We got a live tab now too. Everything's all segmented out. It looks great on YouTube. Some awesome quality of life updates. I'm excited for them to develop it even more. I feel like this is just V1 of like a big change. This is like the big update, but it needs the update in a half measure to make it all like fly together.
Yep.
It's good stuff. James, what's up with you? Just what's up
with me?
Yeah, just what's up. I know we usually do it at the end, but just a little. Just give me a little taste for how you doing.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah,
things are moving. Could be moving. Could not be moving.
Sure.
I'm coming up to the breaking point where I could make a lot of moves or I could make no moves at all.
Sure. Yeah. Time for the big step.
Yep.
It's like when you walk upstairs and you skip a step and you just step the 2-step. Exactly like that.
What?
You know when you walk up the stairs, and there's the first step, and you're like, I could just do 2 steps, make this a faster, and you just skip the first step.
Yeah. But
you're halfway up the stairs.
Do you continue to do 2 steps the rest of the way, or do? Okay.
Oh yeah, 2 steps all the way. Yeah. It's a dangerous game.
I feel like right now it could be where you're coming down the steps and you're not looking at the steps, but you think there's an extra step.
Okay.
But like you just hit the ground really hard with your one foot because you're like reaching out for another step.
Yeah, but I feel like you're moving up. It's a long staircase, but you're going up.
Okay.
I'm on the staircase too,
I'm just going off that feeling. I'm not saying I'm going down steps.
Sure.
Saying.
Yeah.
Same like if you think there's another step going up.
Right.
But there's not, so your foot just like floats in the air for a second. I feel like I'm floating.
Okay.
And maybe there's another step, maybe there's not.
So you're mid-float. This could be great.
Mid-float.
Could be a great little pivot when your foot hits the ground.
Could be.
It's going to be amazing. Guys, the first thing I want to get into today is Activision confirms a new premium, quote, Call of Duty in 2023. This comes from Insider Gaming. Our dude over there, Tom Henderson. According to Activision's financial report, the company has confirmed that a new premium Call of Duty will release in 2023. But according to the filings, Activision says Activision is looking forward to building on its current momentum in 2023, with plans for next year's, including the most robust Call of Duty live operations to date, the next full premium release of the blockbuster annual series, and even more engaging free-to-play experiences across platforms, it continued. What else does this thing say?
Said it was reported.
Yep.
It was reported earlier by Bloomberg's Jason Schreier that Call of Duty will be skipping its 2023 release by Treyarch Games. Insider Gaming and reputable insiders have heard similar claims from sources, but Activision's earnings report seems to contradict this. Insider Gaming, as well as various other insiders, believe that Call of Duty 2023's premium offering will consist of remaster maps from the 2009 original and a campaign DLC. It's also been previously reported that Call of Duty will be moving on from annual Call of Duty releases altogether. Wow. Jason Schreier has also personally weighed in on the news on Twitter. Quote, man, LOL, you keep falling for the same PR language. It's a continuation of Modern Warfare 2. It's called a full premium release because they're probably going to market and sell it as a $70 game with new single and multiplayer content. But it's just more Modern Warfare 2, he said.
This is crazy. I mean, this game made, was it $1 billion in 3 days or something like that? It made more than like an opening weekend of a Marvel movie, which is really insane too.
That is crazy.
It's just wild to me. Like, it's making a lot of money. I think that doing an every other...
Now they want to make more. They're getting greedy. It's never enough. It's never enough.
That
just
is
a little more.
That is how It works. That is how the system works, baby. And these free-to-play live operations, while they might be free, there's a lot of opportunity to spend some money in there. A lot of opportunity.
Yep.
They revealed Warzone 2 and DMZ, which is their Tarkov-like mode for Call of Duty yesterday, to a lot of questionable reception about things that they changed from original Warzone that people aren't too happy about, and a lot of
Yeah.
great changes too. But it's one of those things where you just got to see when it drops if it's any good. Same with the DMZ mode of like a lot of promise, because I think that's a cool game mode to drop in, try to get some good stuff and extract. I think that's like a high intensity, fun gameplay. But does it translate to Call of Duty really well? We'll have to
Right.
see. But I
I think
think
it could.
I think it could too. Yeah. And they have different maps for those too. It's not just like the same Warzone
Yeah,
map for that,
that's
which
really
is,
interesting.
I mean, it's a huge map, and so that's like pretty cool that they would
Yeah.
develop multiple of those at a time. I like the idea of having more like a $70 content drop for Modern Warfare 2 because I hate losing progress every year. Like I think if this game has good bones and it has enough to offer in a $70 game, I think it'd be worth it.
But that means you need the content that would be equivalent to a $70 package.
100%. Yeah. Any less and it's not worth it. I'm talking, I want an entire new suite of guns. I want an entire new suite of maps, an entirely new campaign, like entirely new spec ops, something that is equivalent to the amount of content we have with Modern Warfare 2.
So you'd want a sequel, essentially.
But a sequel, if it was like, oh, we're doing Modern Warfare 3 this year, like we're doing that, they're going to make you start over with everything. Like I'm talking the gun camos that people grind, like the
Yeah.
emblems, the calling cards, the achievements, the barracks, like all this kind of stuff that you can show your friends of like, check out this. I went on a 10-game win streak in Warzone and I got this calling card.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't mean anything because it's the next game. I kind of like the 2-year cycle.
This is when they just start their Call of Duty NFTs,
Oh,
where
great.
you can just transfer everything across Call of Duty and you have your like own little
Mm,
Call of Duty metaverse where you have all your collectibles and skins and camos and things like that, and you just keep them to your Call of Duty
I
account
like
and they
this.
transfer across everything.
They used to have a Call of Duty app that you used to track multiple Call of Duty games and stuff with your level and all that.
I remember that.
I don't know why. I mean, it's dead now because,
Yeah, you can manage your loadouts.
yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
it's too complicated. There's like weapon tuning with each attachment, and like it's kind of
Yeah,
cool, but
no.
I don't think it would be possible. Um,
Uh-uh.
Maybe I'd be more okay with like a $40 drop than a $70.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I'm not.
$70 is like it's a whole ass new game.
Yeah.
Because you think about like the price justification of $70 and like remember back when games first initially were like it was NBA 2K. They were like, well, that means we have to put like it's the R&D,
Mm,
it's the production, it's like dealing with new things and new technologies and
yeah.
all these things are expensive. And I'm like, if you're using the same stuff that you're using for Modern Warfare 2 Part 1, then is it justified
Right.
to pay a whole nother? Dude, I was learning about this in microeconomics this
Sure.
week
Yeah.
about pharmaceutical industry, and it's
Hmm.
like if you have the blueprint, they're like the marginal cost is super low, so they could
Right.
like as long as they break even, on profits and
And
like maybe get a little bit of profit margin, it's cool. But like
you have to
if people
assume,
are willing to pay $70, they're gonna charge $70.
and I think people are.
And you know what? I think people are gonna be willing to pay
Yeah.
$70 for that.
I think people are. A game sells like crazy every single year.
Yeah.
And it's funny you mentioned that too about like how the infrastructure cost is just much less when the base is already built. Like that's how
Exactly.
they do the
When you have
seasons.
the engine, when you have the textures, when you
Yeah,
have all these assets.
because they're gonna drop season 1 next week of Call of
Mhm.
Duty, whatever, and that kind of goes across your multiplayer, Warzone, like all these things, right? And that's gonna be $10 battle pass if you choose to do that. So imagine they do 4 battle passes, like that's about right, 4 or 5 battle passes in between the time from now to the next game. They could be sucking $200 out of a single person without buying any cosmetics for the next couple
Yeah.
years. And they might do it. They might do it. Can you imagine getting like $150 on average, let's say, a person that bought Call of Duty? That is huge money. That is huge money.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's I mean, for like what, they sell a billion copies, they get $100 off of
Oh no,
every
they sold $1
billion
billion
copies.
worth, so it's not a billion copies. It's a billion
Oh, sure.
So I don't know
What's a
however
billion
much that.
dollars? Divide that by 70.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's just a lot.
Hold on, I'm gonna do the math real quick
Do it.
just to.
I'm curious.
Hey Siri, what's a billion divided by 70?
What'd she say?
I guess that's different also because different currencies and different,
Yeah, that's true. Well,
like
Bear.
that's worldwide. It's approximately 14 million.
Oh,
It's a little over 14,285,714.
that is lower than I thought. But in 3 days, that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I think God of War 1 just hit 23 million copies sold, but that's been out for 4 years.
Take this answer and multiply it by 70. Oh shit, wait, never mind. We just did that. That gives us our original number.
Anyways, at the end of the day, it's interesting. I don't know. We'll have to see what this actually entails with the DLC or the full game type deal. Like, are they going to ship another disc? Is it just downloadable? Do you have to buy the first game to then buy the $70 for the second thing to play with your friends? Like,
Yeah,
I don't really
that's a
know.
great point.
Because all that stuff could change my opinion on whether or not that is worth it or not. Like,
Right, because if you need the first game, that's $140 for the
yeah,
second one.
forget that. Forget that.
Unless they lower the price and they say like, oh, that's like a $20 entry or whatever,
They will
and
100% do
then
that. Here's the
or like
$100 version.
$40. If you missed out on the first one, you
Yeah.
could pay $40 for that one, and then you could pay
Yep.
70. Or they'll like they'll pick somewhere in the middle, where like $100 for both.
Yep.
Or like 120 for both.
Exactly. They launched Modern Warfare 2 with a $100 Vault Edition, and it was like the worst deal ever, dude. It was like 4 weapon blueprints that are completely like just dumb once you start upgrading other guns, and like a calling card and double XP tokens. I was like, fuck off. Like, you're not getting that
Ugh.
out of me. No way. But I will say it's been a lot of fun, and I'm excited to drop into the extraction mode when it drops next week.
Oh, this reminds me. I'm gonna enter. No, I'll save it for the
Yeah,
end.
no, jump in, jump in. What do we got? What do we got?
No, it was a personal thing.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start the clip, and then 3 bullet points in, I'll hand it off to you.
Great.
Cool. And here we go. A big AAA John Wick video game could happen, Lionsgate CEO says. This comes straight from GameSpot. A new John Wick video game might be in the works, Lionsgate CEO John Feltheimer said during an earnings call this week that executives at the firm of the studio have been fielding proposals for a new video game based on the Keanu Reeves action series. Quote, I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but we believe there's a big AAA game to be made out of John Wick, he said. We have been fielding proposals. We certainly are interested in moving that forward. I don't want to say anything more about that at this time. The John Wick series is known for its incredible gunfights and expertly choreographed hand-to-hand combat, so the franchise would seemingly have all the hallmarks of what could make for a fun video game.
Mike Bithell released a John Wick game in 2020 called John Wick Hex. This was a strategy game and a prequel to the John Wick universe in terms of its story. What Feltheimer appears to be talking about sounds like a bigger budget project, and that's exciting to think about. John Wick, the character, has appeared in Fortnite and Payday 2, a VR game called John Wick Chronicles that was released in 2017. That's not Payday 2, that's a separate game. The John Wick series debuted in 2014 and became a quick hit, spawning sequels in 2017 and 2019. A fourth John Wick film, which brings back Reeves again, is due to hit theaters in 2023. There's also a spin-off movie in the works called Ballerina that will star Ana de Armas in the title role. Then there's the TV series The Continental, which is expected to arrive in 2023 as well.
Dude, this is like a 10-year series.
Yeah, it's becoming one of those hallmark,
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And they've all been pretty good so far.
Yeah, I've liked all the John Wick films.
Yeah.
John Wick Hex got like okay, pretty good. I'll say pretty good. Like it got 6s, 7s, some 8s.
I like the
always
concept.
want to try. It's on PlayStation Plus collection. If you're an extra subscriber, you can go check that out. But Vin, let's get into some of these questions.
Yeah, I have these questions I kind of wrote reading this article to post to you because we don't really have a lot of concrete details of this game besides the Lionsgate CEO saying we're doing it. Like it has a lot of potential. We're doing a game, that sort of thing. And companies are interested, studios. So
I think it'd be interesting to see a studio like, oh my god, who does Hitman? Because I think that would be like right up that alley. but also
Yeah.
no, because I feel like Hitman is too methodical, where, like, I feel like John Wick is much faster.
Kick
It's
down the door
tighter.
and
It's
just
on
go. Yeah.
yeah, kick down the door, go, like
I think of Absolver and Sifu.
that's exactly what I thought of.
What studio is that? They did a John Wick skin in Sifu, which is pretty cool. But can you imagine the gunplay of like when he walks around like this, and like he can like I don't know get places, throw
Yeah.
stuff. Like I feel like oh my god, I'm gonna look up the developer because I feel like I'm boofing on that.
The thing, like, with the John Wick game is you really have to nail allowing the user to feel like they're John Wick, and it's hard to do that in the moment. Like, I think John Wick
Yeah,
Hex was, like, a good idea, and that, like, it works off of like, it's a planning stage where, like, time freezes, and then you're like, "Okay, you're gonna do this, this, and this," and then you're gonna press play, and then you're gonna see it play out.
which is sick. Yeah.
Um, which is really, really cool. I like that idea, and I still wanna play John Wick Hex.
Hmm.
Um, but it's gonna be difficult because, like, Absolver Sifu, it's fast, it's made but, like, then when you add guns and you add,
Right.
like, all the mechanics come with that, I'm worried it'll get a little flooded. Like, it'll get a little too overwhelming. You're trying to
I
keep track
think
of how many bullets you have, you know?
I think they can do it. So I played like half of Sifu. I really need to go back and do it, but it's so hard
Yeah.
taking a break because it's like the skill curve is
Yes.
insane. You have to play it just consistently to be good.
Mhm.
But they have a lot of weapons that you pick up and use, and they break after certain hits. And there's little
Sure.
like
Tick marks,
yeah,
yeah.
tick marks basically, or like the one-time throwable things like a brick that
Mhm.
breaks
Like
or
a
a bottle.
bottle or a brick, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like they can do that with ammo, with like picking people's guns up and being like,
Yep.
one, two, your gun's dead. Throw the gun at somebody, grab somebody else's if you knock them out, and then use that because you're gonna want like if they give you enough guns to go through the whole level, it's not gonna be as fun. I think the
It's
challenge
not
comes from like his hand-to-hand stuff is super cool too. It's with
yeah,
guns.
it is.
So I think Slow Clap is the studio. That would be the best option that I can think of to make a John Wick game.
I think so too.
Like, oh my god, that sounds incredible. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. I
Yeah.
think I think there's like would you consider no, because Slow Clap isn't a AAA studio. They just partner with
No.
AAA. Or
Mhm.
publishers, not studios. But I think I'd rather have them make it than like EA is making a John Wick game. Ubisoft
Ugh.
open world John Wick.
Yeah, no. I don't want any of that.
Explore the
I don't
Continental.
even want a lot of, like, open world elements.
No,
Like, I
yeah.
don't need exploration. I don't need,
No.
like, quests or side quests, things like that. Like,
Just drop me in a level, drop me in a high rise,
yeah, give
and
me make it like a
yeah,
corridor fight shooter experience. Like, I almost think of, like, a Hotline Miami sort of thing.
hmm,
Did you ever play
yeah.
Hotline Miami?
Do you want it to be over the head like that, or do you want to like feel like you're kind
No.
of in it, like a third person?
No, but, like, that speed that
Yeah,
Hotline Miami, like,
right.
allows you to feel like you're going in, you're just
Yeah,
going balls to the wall.
100%.
And, like, give us some, like, point multipliers and, like, stuff like
Oh
that. Like,
yeah,
make it a little arcadey.
yeah,
Make it, like, just arcadey enough to really, like, incentivize aggressive styles of play.
yeah. We should change this to why Slow Clap should make a John Wick game. That's what we're changing the
That's a
title
clip
to.
title.
Uh,
Yeah.
and then yeah, I just want like drop me in a room, have me enter a door, and then have like Lance
Mhm.
Reddick as a narrator says, "John, we've put you in, like we
Do you know
put
what
you in
I'm
here to
thinking
do
of
this."
too?
What?
The Super Hot Studio.
That would be pretty tight, also, because that has like, yeah, that would be cool. But what else has they done?
I don't know if they've done anything else.
Super Hot Studio is it's just superhotgame.com. Prototype by Superhot. This might be all they've done. They've
Yeah.
got to have a studio title though. Maybe not. No, just join the Superhot community, Superhot team.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that could be cool too. But Slow Clap. And we already kind of said, do you
Mhm.
want it to star John Wick? I think yes. He's the recognizable,
Yeah.
notable character. It has to be him.
Yeah, you wanna play as John Wick.
What are some other mechanics you want to see? We kind of went over that with like the gun and the kung fu stuff. I think it just sounds sick.
Yeah.
And I think we also talked about what would make it a John Wick game is you have to have cool gunplay and cool hand-to-hand combat play.
Yep.
It can't be just one or the other.
And it has to be, like, it has to be very meticulous. Like,
Yeah.
everything has to kind of, like, fit the style because John Wick is very, like, technique
Yeah.
heavy. Like, he just doesn't punch. He just doesn't sucker punch people. Like everything is like
Right.
is very martial arts,
Yeah.
driven. It's very tactile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be so sick. Guys, if you want to know more about the upcoming John Wick game, stay right here at Strictly Casual. And if you want to listen to the entire podcast, you can go to any of your favorite podcast services, type in Checkpoint, Strictly Casual. There's a little blue box that says Checkpoint in yellow. You can click right there. This will be the latest episode, which is 138. And if you want to listen to the entire video podcast, you can go on youtube.com/Strictly Casual, become a member there, and watch the entire video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Anyways, moving on to the final story of the day. I just made a lot more work for myself. Let's get it. Monster Hunter mobile game is in development at Tencent's Pokemon Unite studio. This comes from Eurogamer. Capcom's hugely successful Monster Hunter series is taking another stab at the mobile market courtesy of a newly announced partnership with Tencent. More specifically, the project is a collaboration between Capcom and Timmy Studio Group, the Tencent-owned developer behind the likes of Call of Duty Mobile, Pokemon Unite, and Arena of Valor, and promises to, quote, reproduce the hunting actions that define the Monster Hunter series for mobile devices and phones. What else we got?
This first-time partnership between TIMI or Timmy and Capcom will combine the experience and strengths of both sides, reads the press release announcing the news, allowing Monster Hunter to scale to more platforms with an aim to give global hunters, experienced or new, the freedom to hunt as they desire anytime and anywhere. Specifics remain extremely limited at present, but more is set to be revealed soon. Vincent, this is exciting for me
Yeah, tell me why.
because I feel like Monster Hunter is I think makes a great mobile game.
Mm-hmm.
Um Actually, you know what? I might actually retract that statement because hunts take so long.
Hmm. They have to
Hunts
make
take
them
about like
shorter.
40 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
And so the thought of being like first of all, taking up an hour's worth of phone battery
Yeah.
is tough.
Right.
Um
I agree.
Second of all, with maybe spotty Wi-Fi or like um
Connection in general.
signal
Yeah.
connection, if you're like out in public, if you're on the move, whatever, might be a little difficult. But I do see I think because Monster Hunter has worked well on a somewhat mobile console being the Nintendo Switch, I think it shows promise for the mobile market as
Yeah.
well. I think that's what makes me think that there's promise there,
Yeah.
especially like pair it with a backbone or like a backbone, like the bigger,
Hmm.
chunkier one.
Right. Yeah, I think that has potential too. I think you bring up a key point. I love Marvel Snap right now because I can get in and out in 3 minutes, like
Yep.
super quick. I don't really see myself sitting down for like a long time to play a mobile game. I want something that I
Mm-mm.
have the ability on the go to just jump on and play around or something and hop out. Um, but at the same time, there are mobile games that are out right now that are extremely popular that take a lot of time, and people will play that as their primary like source. And so it might just not be built for me in that sense. Whereas I like sitting down and playing at a console or a PC to play a longer game. But I'm excited to see what this could actually bring because Pokemon Unite and Call of Duty Mobile are still pretty big. Arena of Valor is still pretty big as well.
They could also scale it down to make it shorter.
Right.
Like they don't have to be
Yeah.
the traditional 40-minute to an hour hunts. Like they
Yeah.
can have a more contained experience where maybe you have a smaller map that you follow the monsters around, or maybe you give them like one or two areas to jump back and forth between. Like you can scale it down and still have like an authentic Monster Hunter experience,
Yeah.
which they might do. I don't know.
They might. I
If
think
they're
it's
smart, I
exciting.
think that's what they'll do.
This is exciting.
Because Pokemon Unite games don't take super long. They take maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah. Just about.
Yeah.
This got me thinking about something else too that I think I'm excited about is the Horizon MMO. There is some more details on that
Horizon
this week.
Zero. I remember that. Yeah, I remember seeing a headline. I think it came from Video Games Chronicle about
Yeah.
a Horizon MMORPG.
Because I really think that they're just gonna take the strengths of the series and drop all the things I hate about that game.
Yeah.
Like it's a beautiful world, really cool monster design, fun combat. So you pair that with like doing that with your friends, really just get rid of that narrative because the story is bad. It's frustrating. It's I don't like it. It's hard to follow. The characters are okay. Create your own character. They're really making a way for like me to enjoy this game a lot more, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think with that, like the main thing for me is like if every robot becomes an MMO
Oh yeah,
enemy,
no, I don't.
it's
Yeah,
gonna be so awful. Like,
they'll have to make new
because it's
ones
just yeah,
specifically made for multiple people, not just the ones that they've
yep,
already had. Or they do bring models that they've already had and then redesign them to make them doable for multiple people.
yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, Forbidden West has some awesome, like beasts and stuff to destroy and
Oh,
take
I'm
down.
sure. Yeah,
Really cool. Yeah, I would love to hop in that with people and play. That could be one of their free to play titles, free to play multiplayer titles that Sony's been so
kind of
touting
just sounds
about.
like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I know. And Monster Hunter is probably better in every way. I'm sure that's their model. They probably have Monster Hunter Unite or not Unite, uh, Monster Hunter freaking World and stuff pulled up over there at the Horizon Studio, just being like,
Oh
we
yeah.
gotta make something as good as this.
Well, to be fair, those are co-op, but they aren't MMO level
Sure.
co-op where you have like
Yeah.
huge teams.
Who knows what MMO could mean for that game? I don't know. PlayStation MMO sounds like a fail. Sounds like something that's not going to be too great.
Yeah, it doesn't sound too premium.
We got one more thing to go over today, James. What do we got?
We got Sonic Frontiers review roundups. Came out this week. Got received above average reviews,
Yeah,
and which means Sonic fans are going crazy.
they're eating this week, guys. They're eating.
They're eating this one
Yeah.
up. GameSpot gave it a 7 out of 10. Video Games Chronicle gave it a 4 out of 5. Game Informer gave it a 7.7 out of 10. IGN gave it a 7 out of 10. This is Travis Northrop reviewing it. He says Sonic Frontiers is a delightfully weird and experimental evolution of the Sonic games so many of us grew up with. Its series of open world islands are filled with so much variety and pieces of Sonic's history, from classic platforming stages to silly minigames, that they're enjoyable to explore even when awful graphical poppin' is a constant hedgehog spine in your side. Inverse gave it a 7 out of 10, and Games Radar gave it a 2 out of 5. This comes from Oscar Taylor Kent. He says Sonic Frontiers features the kind of lightweight yet engaging storytelling that should easily enrapture fans young and old. Though I'd hate to be a child forced to play through some of the abysmal platforming featured throughout. Was taking Sonic open world and ambitious behavior? Yes. Did it pay off? Absolutely not.
It's interesting. I tried to get two reviews that were like, kind of not
Kind of
opposite ends of the spectrum, but
opposites.
definitely different viewpoints here.
Yeah.
A lot of people on the timeline excited for Sonic Frontiers. I'm seeing, like I think people are stoked.
Yeah, some people really like the way that it feels. I know Blessing Adeoye Jr. really likes it. He said it's like the most 7 game he's ever played, but he
Yeah,
like loves that it's the most 7 game he's ever played.
right.
So, I mean, Sonic has had a lot of bad titles in
And a lot
recent
of bad
years.
3D titles. Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm real well. Actually, you know what? All of the 2D titles have been very well received.
right. Yeah, bad 3D titles.
Like Sonic All Star Mania, I think it was called, was super well critically received, but a lot of bad 3D titles for sure. And so I'm glad that like this is a pretty good 3D tile. So it seems.
It just absolutely blows my mind. When they released the first footage for Sonic Frontiers, I thought it looked horrible. Like
Hmm.
open, dead, like completely dead world. Like you're just running around. Like everything just did not look good. And then I think it was like 2 months later at some not game awards, but like some game showcase, we saw another trailer and I was like, dang, this looks sick. Why didn't they show this first? Like this looks incredible.
Yeah.
The switch from like 2D to 3D, the world looks way more beautiful and stuff. Sucks to hear that there's a ton of pop in and like graphical buggy stuff, but
Yeah.
it looks fun. I would like to play it eventually,
It looks fun. I saw someone they put Death Stranding music over it
Okay,
and it looked really, really good.
that's
Like
awesome.
it's just blended really well.
I still plan to get back to that, but it's God of War Ragnarok time, baby.
It's God of War Ragnarok time. Tell me what you think.
I am 2 hours in, so like
Not much.
not much. It's I got the
Well,
opening
that's like
credits.
that's like 1/10 of the way through.
The game is
Right?
35 hours long. It's much
35 hours.
longer
I heard
than
25 hours.
okay. Also, I'm gonna try to just do all the side content as I go. I
Okay.
was told that you get a better experience doing that,
Uh-huh.
and so I think I'm just gonna go for it because I'm in no rush to beat it. I think we'll
Cool.
see. I am happy to say that almost all of the trailer footage that you've seen and trailers are in the first 2 hours of the game,
Sweet.
which I am thrilled. I'm like absolutely thrilled that I have
Sweet.
no idea what's happening. Like it makes me so happy.
Oh my god.
So
That sounds awesome.
yeah, I mean, I'll have more updates soon, but I really don't want to say anything else because I want you to experience that fresh
It's I don't know
whenever
when
that
I'm
is.
gonna be able to experience it,
Yeah.
but
There's a couple
yeah.
cool moments that like I went like, oh my god, and that's
Mhm.
just in the first 2 hours, so it's cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
very awesome.
Random fun stuff, baby stories without a story. I'll start it off with number one. Playground Game says we're hard at work on the second expansion of Forza Horizon 5. You can expect to see it in early 2023. We'll have more to share after we enter the new year. Very exciting.
I will be getting an Xbox next year. I'm making it. I'm making it a goal. By the time
Wow.
Starfield comes out, I will be playing Forza Horizon 5 a lot
On a Series X.
on a Series X, and I'll be playing Starfield when it comes out.
Fuck yeah.
We'll see
I
if I
love
really
it.
hold myself to that, but that's the dream.
It'd be cool if he did.
Death Stranding hits 10 million sales as it celebrates its third birthday. Happy birthday, Death
Dude,
Stranding.
so great for
That
that.
is
Like,
great.
I'm so glad that it got a lot of sales
Mm-hmm.
because it felt like a really niche audience.
Yeah. Yeah. God, I want to play it still.
Ubisoft cancels pre-orders for Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake, but it's not delayed. Or sorry, but it's not canceled. It's delayed. The game itself is delayed, not canceled, and it's to be developed at the Montreal studio.
This game seems like an absolute money suck for them to sell
Mess.
like 2 million copies when it comes out.
Yeah,
Maximum.
it's a mess. I don't think it's going to be very good either
No.
because I think it's just the development is too messy.
Final Fantasy 16 will be a PS5 exclusive for at least 6 months, but if it's any, I don't know, writing on the wall, it took Final Fantasy 7 like a year and a half, almost 2 years to come to Xbox.
That's true. There's a God of War TV show in development.
Yeah. Yeah. There's 2
Sorry,
actually.
Gears of War.
There's 2.
I said God of War.
Oh, Gears of War. Yeah. There's a live
Gears of War.
action and a
Yeah.
animated for Netflix.
Oh,
So
cool.
And Halo Infinite's winter update is live with new XP progression, Forge mode, and a free 30 tier battle pass.
They aren't marketing this as season 3. They're just marketing it as a winter update.
Smart, because they want to.
Oh, also comes with co-op campaign.
Oh, good. Which I still haven't played the campaign for Infinite because I was waiting for co-op campaign.
Yep.
Eventually, I'll do that. I really played every single Halo campaign leading up to Infinite, and then when Infinite came out, I didn't even care. I didn't care, which sucks. Which sucks so much.
Yeah.
Ah,
You hate to see it.
James, you been playing anything this week? I kind of talked about Ragnarok, but
Dude, just full snap.
just snap. What collection level are you now?
Let's find out. I was going to talk about how I told you that my claim got denied, but I wanted to tell the audience
Yeah, let them know. Let
that
them know.
I filed a claim for my monitor because I think I talked about it on this show. I got my stuff shipped from home and it looks like everything's working except my monitor got like the screen got cracked and it won't display any picture whatsoever. It'll light up, but it won't display a picture.
Yeah.
And so I filed a claim to UPS, got it denied, and then I was like, "Yo," called up my mom. I said, "Yo, can you like go in and like because you had insurance, can you do anything in store? Can you like talk to someone about it? You know, make a phone call, whatever." I don't really have the time right now to do that. So she's like, "Yeah, sure." So she went in and they're like, "Yo, just email us everything within the next hour and we'll take care of you." So I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah.
She called me, says, "Yo, email everything right now." And I said, "Okay." So I pulled I was like at a bar and I had my Gmail open and I was doing this email, putting all picture, sent it, and then I hear nothing back yet. It's been since that was last Friday night.
Oh,
So I'm waiting to hear something. But right now I'm really just like in the air
yeah.
of like I don't know what to do if this doesn't go through because I'm not gonna spend.
We're just gonna pray it goes through. We're not gonna. Yeah. We're just
Yeah.
gonna pray it goes through, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's that.
Marvel Snap collection level 263.
Beautiful. I'm
Um
220.
nice. And I'm season pass level 2 only. I didn't buy the season pass for this season because the cards just didn't interest me that much.
Yeah. Me neither. But
Black Panther like isn't like a super incredible card.
yeah. Was it move your characters after they play it or something? Oh no, it doubles. It
No,
doubles.
it doubles this card's power on reveal, which could be good if you play an Odin and you pop
Yeah.
that again and you get it to 12. Oh no, if it doubles, it would go to 16. Yeah.
Crazy. Maybe it's great.
I don't
I'll
know.
have to
I'm
see it
still
being
I'm
played.
still liking Marvel Snap. I get on every day, get my free 50 credits,
Hmm.
do a few fast upgrades to get some levels for
Yeah.
my collection level. Yeah.
Yep. It's great. It is so fun. And uh, someone that I work with just got to the third collection pool. So I
Mm-hmm.
think after 360, you hit the next pool of characters or whatever the heck. And he's like, the game's totally different. Like you have to use different decks. Like, um, you have to have certain things in your deck to counter certain moves now. But there's a lot
Yeah.
of options to counter those moves. And so it was cool the way he was explaining it because I feel like I'm not even in there yet, not even close to in there.
Mm-mm. I feel like I'm on the cusp, especially
Yeah.
with some of the especially with some of the locations. I'm like, my deck doesn't work for these.
Right.
Like, I had a combination earlier this week that I'm like, my deck straight up does not work well for these
Right.
locations.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn it, I wish I had a
Could have found
Scarlet
one of
Witch right
those
now
to change
so
it.
that I could just replace location. Yeah.
Yeah. Me too.
Or I wish I just had, like, I started playing Professor X in my deck.
To
So,
lock
like,
it
once
down.
I'm winning somewhere, just lock it down.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. That's smart because that's a guarantee. You can guarantee yourself a one location right there.
Yeah, with Professor X.
Damn, what a great game.
Have you made any decks yet? Like, any.
Yeah, I have an on reveal deck and a ongoing deck that I cycle out when
Yeah.
I'm but I like my on reveal deck the most right now. I think I've taken enough people out and added people in where I'm like I'm feeling good about it. It's not perfect. I don't swear by that deck at all. It's just it works for now.
Yeah, I created a discarding deck where like it works off of a lot of people's um they'll like discard other cards or they'll destroy a card
Yeah.
or they'll remove it from your hand, whatever, to like beef up. So like I have Carnage in that deck, and every
Hmm.
time Carnage destroys another card, it gets +2 power.
Yeah,
So I'll fill it up with a bunch of like
and
low
then
guys,
destroy
and I'll have
them.
a Nova,
Yeah.
and like the Nova gives +1 to all my other cards when it's destroyed.
Right.
And I'll just like stack that bad boy up, and I'll have Carnage be like a essentially like a 2/6 or a 2/8.
It's so sick. I love that.
Yeah, so I like messing around with all like the various ongoings and
Yeah.
on reveals and stuff like that.
Super
There's like
sick.
very obvious like trends of like, okay, this is meant for this type of deck,
Hmm.
which I think it's easy enough to make new decks as someone who isn't super like normally like in Hearthstone. I was not super like confident
Yeah.
with making my own decks, but like now I feel like there's enough direction to
That's
where I
great.
can build my own decks.
I love it. Guys, if you're playing Marvel Snap, please let us know. When multiplayer comes out, we're going to host the Strictly Casual Snap Invitational tournament. I feel like
Yep,
we
it's
should.
gonna be awesome.
It'd be so fun. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode 138. Be sure to, subscribe on audio platforms and like on YouTube and all that good stuff. We appreciate y'all. All right. See you on the next one. Peace out.